It's been a while since my last analysis video because I was traveling. Now that I'm back, I'm looking forward to getting back into the swing of things, and I hope you enjoy this video. We'll start with the pound dollar and zoom out to the weekly time frame so that we can see back in time enough to see clearly that we're currently hitting up into some support and resistance. On the daily time frame, we can see a little more candle action, and we can narrow in this area to kind of make a channel out of it, not just define it by one line, but this area in between these two levels here, which is our current support and resistance area. Sometimes it's nice and convenient to have a single line for support and resistance, but other times it's a little more beneficial to actually have a zone or a channel, depending on price action that came before it. Whereas this whole zone here in between these two lines could be considered support and resistance rather than just narrow it off to a single line. So on the daily time frame, we're obviously seeing this double top here. And for a little further clarification, let's go ahead and draw a trend line in on the daily time frame. And dropping down to the 4-hour time frame, which is the lowest time frame I usually look at when I do my advanced trend trading, things are obviously going to look different on each time frame. But I like paying attention to both the 4-hour and the daily. And on the 4-hour, what I see apparently kind of forming is a descending triangle, like so, where we have the lows that are pretty much all consistent with each other, but the highs keep making these lower swing highs. So this is a bearish sign actually, and the anticipation is that price would break down this way. Again, you got to balance it all with the other analysis done on the other time frames, but this here on the pound dollar could be a potential area to go short coming out of the support and resistance area. On the EU right now, I'm actually more bullish than bearish. Let me show you here real quick with this fib. By drawing the fib from that swing high to the swing low, which are significant swings obviously, price failed to bounce off the 50 and failed to bounce off the 61. It closed above it, and when it closes above a 61, I usually consider that the potential signs of a trend shifting, like not continuing the previous trend but actually forming a new one. So we'll see here with time. I've drawn this trend line in here, but actually I had drawn this fib in like this before. This pin bar here was the point of entry. Taking the break of that, we had about 115 pips before today's candle, which we're now down to 65 pips. If this trend line is breached and continue to the upside, that would be the confirmation that I'd be looking for to stay in this long. Otherwise, this new trend line could be forming to hold price below that. We'll see. On the pound yen, I'm looking for a break and a close above the 200 EMA, and then a retest of the EMA, or possibly a retest of this trend line or one of these round numbers, as confirmation that the major trend here is shifting from the down to the upside. You see, it's been in a downtrend for quite some time, but with that kind of a confirmation, I think we'd be seeing that this swing high here would be taken out for a new trend forming. Something to keep an eye on the dollar yen is the bearish divergence forming on the daily time frame between the stochastic and price action on the candles. In the past, this kind of divergence has been quite effective on this pair. Last week, the Aussie dollar broke out of its range that had been in consolidation for quite some time. It broke to the upside, hit that resistance, and now it's coming back down. If it's going to test that same area that used to be resistance and now turn it into support, we could look for some candlestick formations to go long around this area. On the dollar Swiss franc, there's this potential bearish Gartley pattern if you want to keep an eye on it. The anticipation would be for price to come back up into the 61.8 area, which would be around the tip of the Gartley there, and then head back down for some more bearish move. Just something to keep an eye on. On the Euro Swiss franc, I am looking for bearish candlestick formations to possibly take this short off of the 61.8 fib retracement level. Similar Gartley pattern on the pound Swiss franc as we saw on the dollar Swiss franc. And in this case, I might not wait for price to get all the way back up to here, but look at the 200 EMA instead for candlestick formations to go short. Alright, that wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, if you have any comments or feedback, please feel free to leave it. And thanks for watching.